Hello, 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 hello. What up, Valtopia? Hey, honey, it's Val. And it's Monday. It's Monday, 3:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. How are you? What up? Me and K-Boss are here, my King Boss, my doggy. Ooh, don't nip me, mister. And it's another gorgeous day in the Valtopia sphere. Nicole, hey, honey. So I'm coming on live today. If you've been following me, if you're new to me, say hello, Val. I'm new. I want to know more about you. What's up? I'm a single mama. I got 2 boys, and I'm an artist. That's my art behind me. And I'm an incredible energy guide and cosmic shamama. Hey, Lana. I'm all about you coming into your gifts and your highest presence of being. And I've been running this offer called Name It and Claim It. And guess what? Today it's my turn to name it and claim it. What I've created from overflow. Because I think there's many of us that are successful and haven't learned yet to create from overflow, and this is a game changer. And so I want your brain and your body and your being to hear what I've been doing with my clients and myself, so you can believe it for yourself. Because that's why I get on here every day. I think sometimes I get in and have fun teaching stuff and sharing, but those are just little bite-sized stuff. What's gonna make a difference for you and your brain and your mind, hey George, is to hear results, right? So that's what we're gonna do today. So let me share this around. Share it if you're feeling it. Of course you're feeling it. And ask me questions, stay tuned, because when you hear these results, what happens is you begin to understand what kind of results you can have for yourself, right? So let's talk some client results here. Say hello. Hey George, how are you? Say hello if you're here. Tell me if you're new. Tell me what's up. Say hello. I'm going to share this to my free group. If you're not in my free group, you should totally come on over. It's called Valtopia. And sometimes I surprise everybody in there and do all kinds of fun things. So you just never know. So you don't want to miss out on that magic. All right, let me share that in here. And let me do a little watch party to my page. And then we'll get started, right? So I'm going to be telling you some pretty phenomenal stuff today. Okay, I might have mentioned it before, but you might not have heard it. And I want you to just really hear what's been happening in my life and with my clients. And it is about coming from overflow. So let me share this to my page, client results. And then I'm going to put that. All right. Okay, here we go. Everybody going to start popping on. K-Boss is licking my elbow. What? What are you doing? All right, let me turn the volume down here. Okay, let me tell a little story to bring in this client result experience. When I was, after my first year in business, the first year in business, I didn't sell anything. I published a coloring book. So I spent the first year learning about business online, learning about spirituality, and channeling my coloring book. And then at the end of that year, I published it and went bestseller overnight. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. You can go on Amazon and get it. Valtopia, An Expansive Coloring Journey. It'll wake your shit up. So I delivered this amazing coloring book, which, by the way, people have gifted that coloring book to people who are in depression. And just from looking at this $8 coloring book, people have shifted into a more positive state of energy. Hi, Sarah. How are you? So after I delivered the coloring book and I started learning these energy healing modalities, and right away I was able to shift people energetically. My gift is I'm a psychic empath, so I can feel you in your body and I can shift the energy with you. And so in 2016, I came into this understanding it's actually early 2017, after I'd done a year of energy healing and guidance and shifting, and I did a whole bunch of free sessions for people to learn where I was with my gift and how to do it and how to get testimonials and everything, right? So at first I did a bunch of free, and then I had a huge experience of activating these powerful women. So after just a few months of learning energy work and actually practicing it, I did those activation portraits in 2016. And the women that I activated had incredible results. One lady went from nobody in her Facebook group to 30,000 in 30 days. Okay? This was one of the intentions she set at the beginning of, thank you for posting that, at the beginning of our experience. I had offered at this particular offer I did was that you set 3 powerful intentions and that we would have a 1-hour session and see what happens. 1-hour session. Now, I did a special energy modality during that year that I have not used since, and I won't use it until I do a $15,000 activation because of the level of activation that happened and because of how much it is a part of my energy field too. So one lady went from 0 to 30K. Another lady quadrupled her income and totally embodied a fucking badass diva millionaire. Another lady got a $40,000 check. Another woman is a super millionaire now. Now, these are some examples, and I haven't named and claimed it because it was a 1-hour session. It was my first year to really do energy work. I didn't record the sessions, and you know, it's difficult sometimes to claim your work because people are doing the work. You're doing the work. I'm an activator. What that means is whatever's inside of you that's been blocking you from really owning who you are and effectuating it will get cleared energetically. A lot of times people are plugged into other people, places and things, ideas, beliefs, perceptions, and the work that we do together brings you all back into yourself, and then you go and you do the thing, right? Or you be the thing. And you magnetize to you the people you're meant to work with, and magic happens. Now, it's not magic, it's just energy. And everything is about energy. So I want to talk to you now about my current clients, what's happening with my current clients. In 2016, when I invited those women in, I asked for high-level clients. I asked for ballers. Now, you might see me asking for that again in my marketing. That's because I'm ready to work with ballers again. I want to work with people that are high-level impact and want to make fuck tons of cash. They're already doing it, and we want to do more. This isn't all about money, guys. This is about changing the dynamic of prosperity in our reality. There is no reality other than the ones we decide. And my clients are the ones who really have a firm grasp on their vision, and they're bringing it. They're bringing it. And they're ready to really amplify that impact. So my current 90-day client is only halfway through, and one of them, and there's a health issue. So a lot of the health issue has to do with a suppression of desires and a feeling that we don't get to do what we want. And that has kept an experience of like stagnation and not meeting visionary goals because of feeling like trapped in the box of your own mind. So a lot of the work we've been doing is body work and energy work. This woman already has a business and already has clients and is already super accomplished and ready to go, you see. And the work that we're doing is very specific to my gifts. My gifts are about tuning into your energy field, past, present, and future, and allowing you to clear away what isn't true for you anymore and to really fall and leap deeply in love with what is and bring it fully. But that full body commitment and embodiment comes from your commitment to stepping into a space of time and a level of investment where not only we can do these clearings, these energetic clearings, but then do the daily process of shifting your habits and your mind and your being. So every day that you're talking to me on the Voxer, not only are you shifting your energetic dynamic, but we're working on that monkey mind, because most of my clients are very empathic, and we have this like invisible fence around us where we won't go past a certain point if we feel scared or if we feel too much of other people. So a lot of the work that we do is about learning to feel less about what other people and more about what's going on inside for yourself. And that can be a traumatic experience for creatives and empaths and highly sensitive people. And it can keep you stuck for years. And people come to me after trying 10, 15, 25 years of self-help, self-development. I don't work with newbies anymore. I don't work with newbies. I like to, but My gift is powerful and the energy shift is profound. It's best if you've already understand how to get in touch with yourself, do the work, and then everything just gets fucking amplified so rapidly. And this is because you may have learned to do the work, but the people you were working with didn't understand that invisible wall. They don't understand your empathy, and they can't tune into the energetics in your body and help you release it and feel the clarity of your channel when you're not plugged into everyone else, when you're not believing the programs that you've been fed your whole life, when you're not being colored by subconscious beliefs that you don't even know are there. So you may have done a shit ton of clearing and energetics and psychology and all these things and think, well, what have you got, Val, that's different? A lot. That's because we will get so used to what we're used to, we won't even know it's affecting our bottom line. We won't even know it's affecting our ability to tap into our desires. It's like having a limb cut off, and you're used to it, and you don't even think about it, but you actually have the arm, and it's there, and you just haven't been using it. So it's not that you don't already possess or have inside of you and about you what you already need to grow and expand. It's that you're blinded from it, or you've got it plugged out and leaked out all over the place, and we need to bring it back in. It depends on what your situation is. So my client that is halfway through is not only having a resolution in the health thing, improved relations all across the board, family dynamics, a greater sense of self-confidence, team members that needed to go just shuffled them their way out, and then in came new team members for her business that are much better, much more dynamic, much more aligned to who she is now. That shift was ready and waiting for her, but she wasn't letting it happen. And we did some work, and it happened within the first couple of weeks. And so then the method that I have a very specific method of taking you through your own resolution and clarity and regeneration. It only takes a few days to learn. And then my clients begin to say, well, I know what you're going to say. And I'm like, what am I going to say? So we have a method now. Now the method isn't that you got to do it like me. The method takes you back to yourself so that you can learn to work with yourself better. So we just, like a couple of weeks ago, she was like, this is so fun. Because when she first started, she was like, no, I've had these problems forever. I don't even know how they could possibly change. I'm stuck. It's not going to change. I'm going to do it again. But she did trust me because she invested. And within a few days, she was in full faith and doing the homework and the exercises that I asked for her to do. She followed through and things began to shift. So, now she says, I hired you to help me with all my stuck bullshit. Now that I know how to shift through that bullshit, now what do we do? I'm like, now we get to the good shit. Now we get to expand into your desires. Now we get to call in higher level clients. Now we get to move past what you've been sitting in for years. Do you feel me, people? Do you feel this? And I get it. I've been stuck on some patterns sometimes for a long time, and it took a special kind of energy, perspective, and person guide to unlock that for me. Because some of us, especially those of us that are creative visionaries, can get really embedded in our story because we have so much passion and we're so multi-passionate and there's so much going on. It's hard to ground it in, but it's not impossible. And getting in tune with your desires comes from clarity. And the clarity comes from doing the kind of work that we do where we regenerate the cells, the body, the DNA to align to our soul standards and to open up the vision. Let's see if I can give you any other examples that today. I'll keep coming up with them. But Allison, hey honey. So results are about coming into more. The number one thing that my clients tell me is they're feeling so much more certain and confident within themselves. It's a feeling. It's a feeling that does come from the clarity of being detached from the old programs, the old resonance, the old bullshit stories that you've gotten so used to. We will get that shifted right away so you can have a new perspective. And when you start having a new perspective, you have to start having a new magnetism, and things do shift. Things really do shift. Now, it is vital that you align to your desires, and it is vital that you get clear. And the clarity of your energy and body and decision is what I'm talking about in Name It and Claim It, from overflow. Now I add from overflow because so many of us, even if we're used to this world of manifestation and creating from our heart, and we are still holding on in certain places. There's energy leaks where we don't think we're allowed to relax and enjoy ourselves and to really come from a place of pleasure. And I got news for you. It's the biggest way to shift your energy, your body, your being, and your results is to tune into your clarity and then your pleasure. And most people don't think that, you know, the homework's going to be, well, you need to go relax and tune in and find what's going on. Now, that doesn't mean my homework's always, let's go relax and hear what your soul has to say and I leave you alone. By any means, no. I have a very close contact with my clients because I know what it's like to be stewing in your own juices and spinning your wheels and your kids need stuff and the bill is coming in and you're, you know, you want to talk to your mentor and find out what the fuck's going on and get some action, right? So the work we're doing is highly energetic. The work that you're sharing with the world is day to day. And I know you want to be fresh in your energy. So I have a very daily process of connecting with my clients. And the 90 days isn't about like, oh, you know, we're going to lazy daisy for 3 months. No, it's like you'll be amazed by halfway through the 90 days how much you've shifted deeper into your sense of self, your confidence, your clarity, your certainty, your connection to self, your knowing of yourself. And that's going to result in money, better relationships, more intimacy with yourself and others. It's going to result in more inspired ideas that feel better. And all of this stuff isn't something that you do and then forget. It becomes a part of who you are, especially if you know, you have this 90-day experience, right? It's time to get into action. That's right, Allison. Allison, feel free to share anything you want on here. I'm talking about client results. So if there's anything you want to share with the peoples, I would love it. And you're not obligated to either. So, you know, when we have someone who can give us a fresh perspective, but that can also share their journey and inspire us to get over our fears, push through our limitations. But it's not just mind talk. This stuff is happening on an energetic scale. And that is what shifts things so powerfully and what makes the experience with me quite different. Not to mention that I'm fired up as fuck and I want you to be too. I feel like we were each born to come and be who we are. And that what lives inside of you is like so massive and ripples out from you. And each person, I'm an activator. I activate you. So every person that I activate activates their people. It's a light torch that gets passed from me to you, to your people, to their people. And this method, this rapid, easy method of knowing yourself and coming into clarity and resonance is something that you get to share through your methodology. Because now you've felt it for yourself. Now you know what it's like to get into inner peace and rise up to the occasion day after day after day after day after day. And you know how to share that with your people. That's fucking priceless. That is priceless and powerful. And I want the whole world to know about it because we are such powerful creators. And we're living in this story, so many of us, that where we're sort of rising up to it, but not fully rising up into it. And that doesn't let it actually happen. And we're here to make it happen, right? We want to actually live our dreams. My dream is to be so living my creative vision, which means that I work with few really high-level boss players, and the rest I'm doing these big group experiences. And this vision of the Valtopia ripple wave of love and light is just, it's huge. Allison says, I'm definitely finding my voice and what I want in our work together. Our focus was self-healing first, then relationship healing, now healing the business. I love that, Allison. That's so powerful, so powerful. Born to create, absolutely. So thank you, Allison and Sarah. I love you guys both. And Sarah is in my Celebrate group, which is a way to have access to my energy and this passion and daily tips about this work without investing at the one-to-one level. So I do, as as a single mompreneur, offer a lot of options for well, I'm not a one-woman show. I have 2 people on my team that have been working with me almost 2 years, and they're fucking awesome. So when you come into the Valtopia sphere, you're not just dealing with me. I do have a team that supports me with all the technology and co-supporting me in the support. Alana's a super amazing shamama, and we are creating programs together, and I'm collaborating with other amazing guides to solidify what I bring through, so that when you invest your hard-earned thousands of dollars, you walk away after that 90 days, you are not the same person. You are changed all the way inside from the outside. You are uplifted and regenerated, and then you're giving that to your people. I take so seriously and value deeply each and every one of you, and I intend to bring it, and you bring it, and together we meet this experience. Laureen, hey honey, how are you? Hi Michelle. So this experience of knowing yourself so deeply that, for creatives especially, we have ups and downs in our cycle, because that's part of the creative process. And unfortunately, a lot of creatives don't understand that cycle and get lost in the depths of the creative tunnel. And my mission is for you to be able to explore the entirety of your creative vision and fucking show up every day feeling boss. And you feel boss when you do know yourself, and when you do know your patterns, and when you feel solid in your self, and you feel supported, and you do have a community to share and expand in, which I provide all of that when you come into my one-to-one container. And if you're not ready to sign up for the 90-day, listen to this. What I did was create a 1-hour session called Name It and Claim It from Overflow session, and it's only $222. And this is a way for you to spend an hour with me, for us to get on video, for us to hash out what's going on, to see where you are, to kind of, I already feel somebody on the call, you feel where your energy is tight. When I tune in as a cosmic shamama, my gift is I feel where you're tight in your body, and then I see it in your energy field. I can see whether it's inner child, past life, whatever. We begin to work our way through that, and then it actually I'll be burping, we'll be shifting the energy, but then we're going to actually deal with the day-to-day of your business or your life or what it is you're bringing to me to resolve in this 90-day container. I'm really looking, or in the 1-hour session. For the 1-hour session, I'm more open, but I am hoping you'll lead into the 90-day, because, you can get a lot done in a 1-hour session, but once you go back to yourself, you may not have the strength and vision and outside or ego bird view that I have to say, you know what, you're doing that thing again. Because this is the number one thing that happens with people. They shift right away. They feel elated, and then they go back into, they shrink a little bit back into themselves, which is totally typical. But sometimes people think, fuck, that shit didn't work. It's like, yes, it did. Now you got to remember who you are and do it again, and do it a few times until your mind is completely shifted into a new state of being. And that's something, Allison, I've been so impressed with you, because you haven't reverted, and you continued to just expand into yourself, and trust yourself, even though you have such a funny sense of humor about it. And that's one requirement for working with me. You got to have a sense of humor. I say stuff like, don't be a dick, and I don't know, I like to keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. Hi, Colette. Hi, Wendy. So that is today's message. Listen, you are an amazing, powerful creator. You're watching me because you're lit up by my story. I went from having what looked like an amazing life on the outside, working in the film business, Oscar-winning film credits, husband, 2 kids, lived 10 minutes from Venice Beach. But on the inside, I was miserable, and I was miserable because I wasn't aligned to myself. I wasn't speaking my truth. I had managed to squash myself down into this tiny version of what I am. And hi, Colette, thank you. Yes, let me show it to you because it's beautiful. And in doing so, you will revert in secret and then come back quickly and easier than ever before. I love that. Don't tell me about it. No, I'm just kidding. You can tell me. I like that though. See, you're getting quicker at returning to yourself, right? And that's what this process is about. It's about returning to the self that you always knew you were, but you didn't quite have the balls to fully fill out, or you just couldn't do it. And each of us is expanding beyond what we think we are, who we know we are, into higher levels of being. And we feel guilty about it, or people try to hold us back, or whatever the story is. It's a story, and you get to expand into who you are. In fact, you were born to expand into who you are, and I was born to help guide you through it. Yeah, keep practicing, keep practicing. So, look at this. Why do I accept my sexuality? See, that's my expansion. I want to expand into more pleasure practices, because I can see how powerful this is for our bodies and for our expansion and for our growth. So this is today's message. Know yourself. That's you, Colette. Talk to me. Talk to me a little bit more. I want to tune in. You know, it can be incredible. I invest in guidance myself, because as gifted as I am to see other people, I have a lot of inner child and trauma and stuff. So I've had to learn to look at myself. So I'm really good at teaching others that have the same stuck points as me: creative, multidimensional, highly psychic empath, highly sensitive. We're so fucking gifted. And we have to learn to manage ourselves. And that means meaning we love ourselves and let ourselves be ourselves, and to push out what is in us and to really return to who we truthfully are. You want to expand into a great writer. I love it. Well, Colette, what are you doing about it? I'm looking over here because the watch party's over here. What are you doing about it, Colette? I want to hear. And what's your timeline? And see, this is the kind of stuff we could get into on the $222 Name It and Claim It session. It's not just you talking to me and saying some stuff. It's an energetic shift and a declaration of intention and grounding the energy into your body, and whatever needs to shift will come in. You love writing poetry, but not enough feedback on my work. Well, that's where we need to start right there. We don't do our work because we get feedback. Do we, Valtopia? No, we don't do our work because we get positive feedback. We do our work because we must, and we desire, and we know. And I work with creative visionaries. I'm a creative visionary, which means that what I'm bringing through hasn't been done yet. So most of the time, nobody's going to give me positive feedback on what I'm doing until it's actually grounded. And I have to hold myself accountable and live it and be it long enough for it to truly effectuate and provide results. And then people go, holy fuck, what are you doing over there? That's amazing. I need to be a part of that. And I stay the course with my confidence and commitment to what's inside of me. I have stayed the fucking course when there was nobody paying attention, because I know deep inside. Colette, do you know deep inside what you're bringing through? Do you have that sense of knowing and connection to your work? Or are you just going to do it because you get approval, or, right? Where are you with that? I love talking about this stuff. And you know, when you come and work with me, your alignment comes in, because when the energy begins to shift, like literally the energy will shift. People will feel the energy moving. Sometimes people clear this way or whatever, however it needs to clear. You are energetically changing the dynamic of who you are. And in doing so, things outside of you begin to shift. So you've published one book, writing for a duo coffee table collection. I love that. Well, I would love to connect with you. Message me if you'd love to discuss, you know. But what if you really suck at what you do and don't know it? Well, like, why would you be guided to do something that you really suck at, right? Like, how much trust do you have in your energy and who you are and what's coming? Does it really feel that, oh, that's probably my babysitter come to get the dog. Okay. Colette, I would love to continue this discussion. Does it feel like haphazard and it's just happening to you? Or do you feel the stream of your own consciousness coming through you and that's what's guiding you? And if that's not what it feels like, I need to message I'm going to have to go and my kids are calling me. But Colette, I love you jumping on the conversation. Let me know if you're interested in one of these sessions or you want to chat a little bit in Messenger. I have an application form to work with me, simply to make sure we're aligned and that we can begin our work together. I invite you to fill out the application form, to come and join me in my free group, or to join us in the Celebrate group for only $88 a month. If you join today, you get access to all the previous activations. I drop a big healing energy activation every month, and the next one is November 5th, okay? And there's only 3 spots for Name It and Claim It 90 Day from Overflow, and I want you to get in there before November 11th. So fill out the application form and let's get started on your fucking activation, embodiment, and living your dreams. It is not an imaginary thing. It's a process. It's a process that we do together. And you are allowed to live your dreams. In fact, you were born to. So please do. Please do what you were meant to come and do. You don't have formal training. Whatever, the formal training and education. That doesn't matter. What matters is your passion and clarity and commitment. And then you can get training, you can get things. But what matters most is your conviction about who you are and what you want to do and be, and the clarity of that. And so this kind of work can help you get really clear on that and feel it deeply. All right, let me call my babysitter back. Own your frequency, supernova. There's nobody like you. See you tomorrow. Bye.